And you're welcome to Sister Sister on Citi TV and, of course, 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Jessica. Really excited to come your way once again, and lots of love coming out to everyone who tunes in every week and watches on Citi TV and listens to us on radio. Totally appreciate your audience. Really appreciate it. Now, remember, there are various ways that you can interact with us, and I'll share them with you right after this. All right, definitely welcome back. All right, so let's say hello to my sisters. I've got Tina, I've got Olivia, and of course, Rosina in the house tonight. Tina, what's going on? Everything okay?
Everything lovely.
Good.
Yeah.
It's been a week since I saw you.
I know.
What has changed?
A lot is going to change, you know?
Yeah. We thank God.
Yeah. We thank God.
Olivia is just giggling. She's in on the secrets.
Yeah.
We thank God.
We thank God.
That's what's up. How you doing, Livy?
I'm good.
Great.
Excited.
Yeah, you're looking all blue today and colourful.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Rosina and I are wearing the same colours. We just switched.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't figure that out.
Yeah. What's up, girl?
It's a brighter thing, you know.
What's going on, Z?
I'm good. I'm
Nice.
good. I'm fantastic.
Good.
I'm learning some dance moves for you know what. But hey.
Hey, you know what?
Ajay.
I'm learning some, you know, I want to do the whole.
It's a happiness distance. Yeah.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, you never know. All right, let's get right into action. Now, there are various ways that you can interact with us on the show tonight or today. Just simply send a WhatsApp to 054-998-6996 or send an email to jessica@citifmonline.com. Better yet, join us on Facebook. We would love for you to join our growing community. Search for Sister Live. Okay? Great. Now let's go right into action because people are waiting for their messages to be read. And I will start from here. It says, "Hi, sisters. I've been married for 8 years and I have a son who is 11 months old. I've been hiding a big secret from my husband and I can't bear it any longer. I want to come clean. However, I'm scared I will lose my man. My husband really wanted a child. We tried everything without any success. I went to see a very powerful man of God who revealed that I could never have a child with my husband. After charging me 20,000 Ghana cedis as consultation fee, he convinced me to have sex with him, which I did 3 times. I got pregnant. However, the pregnancy came with a price. He also infected me with HIV. Now my son carries the virus. My husband still doesn't have a clue that the child doesn't belong to him. He hasn't been tested, so he doesn't know his status either. What should I do?"
No.
Talk about being in a fix.
No way. Where'd you even start from?
This is not a fix, so.
Charlie.
A fix is either left or right. This one, there's no left, there's no right, there's no up, there's no down. Like, yeah.
Wow. This is messed up.
Yeah, soak that in for a second.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Livy, would you want to go first?
Oh. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't even know where to start from. And okay, so there's so many bits and pieces in all of this. Thank you for sharing your story. I don't think I'm in the position to like point fingers at you because clearly you're already in a mess. So, I mean, talking about your problem isn't going to solve it, but this is an opportunity and a platform to reach out to people out there This is someone's story about how she wasn't having a child, and about the fact that she went to speak to a pastor. Listen, freely God gives. God is a loving God. He gives things for free. Listen, you can't go to a man of God and let the man of God sleep with you. No, hold on. He's sleeping with you based on what? Like, you're a married woman. What's he doing as a man of God sleeping with you? Who does that? Who sleeps with married women? Okay, well, people do, but which kind of man of God will ask you to sleep with him and take money from you?
20,000 cedis.
And infect you. Listen, wherever, like, there's nothing wrong in believing in God. For me, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. But then again, you have to have common sense. For people out there, listen, I know of couples who have trusted God, who have waited 10 years, 5 years, 8 years, and they have a child today, not out of a pastor impregnating them. So here are the signs to make you know that, listen, it's okay to be in your house, go to church, fellowship, do whatever it is that you have to do. If you have to read the Bible and it's the Bible that you believe in, please read it, but don't get mixed up with crazy, dodgy men pretending to be men of God to ruin your life. Okay, I'm calm. So, moving forward, your question. Do you tell your husband, listen, or live with the guilt for the rest of your life? Right now, you're at a crossroads right now, because the guilt is eating you up, and you've gotten to a point whereby it's like, I really have to tell my husband. You have to tell him. You have to tell him. Because now it's gone past the whole I'm just married, we are married kind of thing. It's gone past that to his life being at stake. Yeah. He could die any moment, because once you're HIV positive, you have to be undergoing certain medications. Like, you have to go through the
antiretroviral.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you're
early.
holding that from him. You're keeping that from him. And he needs to know this is his life we're talking about. It's enough that you've messed it up. Because don't expect him to forgive you, because he won't. It's tough. He won't. Maybe he will. I don't know. But right now, for me, you have to tell him, and you have to tell him fast. Because the earlier... There's no worst case scenario. It's done deal, worst case scenario. Finish. Unless some divine miracle and the guy like really loves you, therefore, but expect the worst from him. Expect him to be in moods whereby he doesn't want to see you. Expect him to want to divorce you. You have to expect the worst from him. But you owe it to him to tell him, and tell him fast.
Wow.
This thing called religion, you see, it eats me up when I hear stories like these. Because, you see, I don't know what it is. Because they sit on your very brain. It's more like they take away your common sense.
Crazy.
And everything the pastor says, the man of God says, is what is. They prophesy all kinds of things in your life. Sometimes they do profiling. You know, you're a young girl, you are 32, 33, you must want a man. They give you all kinds of horrid stories about how you're not getting a man. It's your auntie who is doing this, or your man coming in. Look, I had somebody prophesy to me that the man coming to marry me, my husband who would marry me, is pot-bellied, not very good looking and dark.
No, they were so specific.
They were very specific. I said, have you seen my hubby now? You know. And
is fine. We don't want those of you who don't know.
You know, I know that the pastor realized that all my boys are fine boys, so he just bore. He just bore. You understand? And I don't get it. I don't know why people subject themselves to mere mortals who have decided to make business out of people's faiths, out of people's want to hang on to something to hope or some form of but you see, when you have a medical issue, take it to the hospital.
Thank you. That's what hospitals
End of story.
are for.
Now, for you to have 20,000 to pay for consultation without receipt, without it could have done an IVF.
Thank you. So true.
And you can even do one with a donor sperm, where you don't know the person, but at least you know that it checks out. It's void of certain diseases. You know, it checks out. Like there are so many options, because for you to have 20,000 to pay, it means that you're not financially handicapped. You're okay. to give out 20,000 to some man.
Just fire you free.
To go and buy some new car somewhere. To go and invest in his property somewhere. To go and invest in other women somewhere. You went and gave the 20,000 free, and on top of that, you went to give your cookie too for free.
3 times. And got 8 in return.
And then you now got 8 in return. You see,
Lord.
I know that it took a lot of effort to send this message in, so I don't want to bash you unnecessarily because it's been done. But my dear, I don't understand how your brain could have taken you through that process. Let me be very honest. I don't get it. Now, you've gotten the thing. The child that you wanted, you've gotten the child. But you're not happy. This child is HIV positive. He's not going to live a normal life, not because of something he did, but something that you have done and transferred to him. Now, you've given it to your husband, so which means that if you don't take care, your whole family that you wanted is going to be wiped out. Eventually, if you don't do something. Maybe you are taking the drugs so you can live long. Your son is probably on the drugs. But you see, if you have any respect for your husband, any love left for your husband, if you have any care, sympathy, whatever, I don't know what word to use for your husband, because obviously if you had those things, you wouldn't have done what you did before. But if you have any...
If you're still human.
You owe it to yourself. Stop thinking about whether he will leave you or he will not leave you. That is, let me borrow my husband's word, inconsequential, irrelevant. He everything. You understand? It doesn't matter. What matters is you have the opportunity to at least save his life somewhat by getting him to know early, get tested, probably get onto the retroviral so that at least he can live some more.
Normal, yeah.
Right now, if he wants to live.
That is if he wants to live. That is your focus right now. Your focus is not whether he's going to leave you or he's going to be upset, because obviously you've crossed the line so many times. So many times. Look, you see, this thing about having babies, if you go spiritually, they say it's God who gives. If he has not given you, hold on. Pray, he'll give you. Spiritually, medically, test yourselves. See options available. There are so many options. Look, right now, medicine has gone so far. There are so many options available to you. Go that route. Try it medically. Go lengths. If your husband really, really wants a child, or is desperate for a child, or is probably putting pressure on you for a child, my dear, he'll go with you to all lengths to have the child. Go together as a unit, because the child you're having is for both of you. I'm sure the child was named by the father or by the supposed father. You know, so my bottom line is that, you see, people running to pastors and men of God, it eats me up. Because I've heard these stories one too many times. There were things that people could have had control of, people could have been more sensible about. Going to look, if God is the one who gives wisdom and gives everything, that's how come there are doctors in the world.
True.
Because he gave them that kind of wisdom to become doctors.
And even Jesus asked the lepers to go see a doctor after he healed them.
That's
in the Bible.
There's everything for everybody. Maybe you see, the church was probably designed to control the masses, to put them morally right, because a human being is naturally a selfish person, to get rules and regulations so we can all live in harmony and da-da-da-da-da. But right now, that's not what it is. It's just a business venture, brainwashing and saying all kinds of things, I don't know what it is. I mean, how? You're married for goodness sake, and a man of God.
Charlie.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
Add the so-called.
Yeah.
So-called man of God defiles your marriage
bed. Like
in the name of a vision that he had, a prophecy, a form of direction. And it's like one-stop shop for everything. What seed is that?
The baby seed.
What kind of seed?
STD.
That's one.
You know, sometimes when I talk like this, I know that a lot of people will come off and think that, oh, I'm very nene, but that is the honest truth. Use your brain. If you believe that God created you to be a perfect being, you should know that he created you with brains. Use them. Don't outsource it to somebody else. Use it. I mean, it's very sad. This is somebody who's probably struggling, loves you all the same, with or without a child, is doing everything for their family. It's not going out cheating. It's not going out having children elsewhere. And all you have done is to do what to your family. It's really sad. I think that don't be selfish about what he's going to do to you or not do to you. Be proactive. This is the little thing you can do to vindicate yourself or to do
how sorry you are.
Yes, to know how sorry you are. Let him know the exact truth. So if I were you vacate the marriage with you and your son. You can start divorce proceedings, whatever. If he decides to stay with you, that's fine. But exit in your mind, exit the marriage. In your mind, exit everything. But at least let him know so he can also get help. Yeah. That's all I can say.
Tina, anything else to add?
It's crazy.
Oh wow.
It's faith breaking to hear these stories, because if you had a little hope in Christianity, every time you hear these things, a bit of it is taken away.
Yeah.
So you have command over a church of 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 people.
Even if it's 10.
And you tell them this gibberish and lure them to come to you, take their money from them, give them diseases, and destroy homes. Destroy new beings coming into the world. That's a family of 3. The pastor alone has destroyed all these people.
And there are generations yet unborn.
Yes. Yeah. And for me, all that I can say is, my sisters have dealt with some parts of it. You need to report this pastor. You need to mention his name. And shame.
Yeah.
You need to call him out. There are people who actually are falling victims as we speak. True. Mention the name of the church. Mention the name of the pastor. Put an end to it. It's serious business. People are going to die because of this man. Lunatic. It's not fair. It's really not fair. And my sisters have told you, whatever the consequences is, you need to bear it. Tell the man. He needs to know. But when you are doing it, get somebody to hold him. Get somebody to be there for him. Because this is not information that he can sit down and finish listening to at a go. There's no way this man would be able to be comfortable and sit through and listen to this and come out sane. Because by the time you are done, he won't know whether to pass left or right. You've just killed him. So if you don't, I know you know the gravity of the situation if you've brought it out, but if there's anybody out there who is going to go through these things, please, like my sisters have said, it's a medical issue. Treat it medically. Don't go to a church. And remember, the pastor is the one who claimed that the two of them the lady wouldn't have a child by her husband ever. It's not a doctor who said it.
What proof did you have?
What proof did you have? What did you see? I know that religion asks for proof. I know that, I know that we have spiritual fathers, we have whatever. But listen, they said, the Bible said that he left the Holy Spirit for us to discern.
Thank you.
Discern. How can you not pray on your knees? That same woman, lock your door and pray for a child. It is not fair. You've destroyed lives. Seriously. What you need to do is to name and shame, as I said. Whatever I'm sure you're sorry, but
too late.
It's too late. So this child that has been brought into the world is not even for the man. Do you know how many questions he will ask himself? He thinking that he has a son. And the son is not his. And even when the son is not his, he's gotten sicknesses. So please.
But you know, sometimes when it's the 21st century, really. So add common sense. If you believe in God and believe in the word of God, listen, when you read the Bible here, true men of God, right? The prophets in the Bible, they don't ask for money. They don't ask you to give them their cars. They don't sleep with you. They are very selfless people. They don't care. All they want to do is to get God's message across. And even that, you pray for the spirit of discernment to be able to discern whether whatever the person is telling you is right or wrong. Recently, I sat in my colleague's car recently at lunch, and it was sad. A 10-year-old girl was abused by a man of God. 10-year-old girl in church. And you come and stand there and you preach and you want to lay hands. You're not laying hands on me. Like, people, please. It's a terrible world out there. People have become very, very selfish. Listen, take some time. Study the word of God. Know what you want for yourself. This can't continue. It really can't continue. So please.
Today was a happy day, Charlie. We were very, we started the show very excited. This one just
this message is a little heavy.
It's very heavy. I think it just messed everything up. Very. I mean,
dear lady, listen to everything that my sisters have said. I mean, it's too late. I think you owe it to your husband to come clean with him. Let him know what he's facing, so at least he can begin to take some antiretroviral drugs. As for that pastor, I think that you should find a way to stop him in his tracks before he does that to other people and infects more people. Cut your losses and, remedy the situation and move on. We'll go for a commercial break. We need one desperately. We'll be back. It's Sister Sister on Citi TV and Citi FM. And you're welcome back to Sister Sister on Citi TV and 97.3 Citi FM. Now your comments are welcome on the show. Yes, it's interactive. 054-998-6996. Or you can even tweet at us with the hashtag Sister Sister Live. Okay, that's how you do it. We'd like to hear from you. We'd like to know what's on your mind as well. And if you have questions that you'd like us to answer, please send them in. 054-998-6996. All right, so let's move on to something a little lighter. Yeah. Kofi from Adenta says, Jess, I proposed to a number of ladies, but I still haven't had one single lady to be with since they all tell me they're dating. What do you ladies think? Should I ask a lady if she's dating before I go ahead to propose?
That's a smart one, though.
This one there, kill it.
No.
Let's go.
I'm looking for a particular word. I don't know. When you're about to do a study, what's the first process you go through?
Research,
like a
recce. Like either your sampling,
feasibility studies.
Either your sampling target is wrong or your methodology is wrong.
It's complicated English.
Yes. So there's where you are sampling, either it is not your size, or you are just attracted to things that are not yours. There are certain people who are just attracted to things that they can never have. Or that is just not them.
Or it's difficult
to get. Because, there are certain energies that attract other energies. So you meet people, some are naturally drawn. So let's say you are very Pentecostal looking, trousers in the middle, belt tight on your waist. So you can see the smallest part of your waist. Then gadget trousers, the pointed shoes,
like that.
Shiny shoe,
shiny shoes like that.
Long oversized shirts, tucked in, pimpinis, and usually they come in very slender too. But they have
a picture like that on my phone.
So when you have that kind of a person and you want to go out with somebody like Jessica, who is a rider,
swag, mama.
Yeah, maybe you are attracted to the whole thing, but Jessica looks at the fact that them wash your gadgets, she pointed shoe, with the white socks, like this on a lighter note, but okay, it's not a lighter note. It's actually very real. So maybe you are attracted to things that are not naturally attracted to you. Maybe you have an inner self that could deal with those people. But they don't know that yet because your outer appearance
doesn't match.
The outer doesn't match what you're capable of doing or who you really are.
Yes.
So it's two things. You identify people. These are the kind of people that you like. instead of starting proposing, sometimes give yourself the opportunity to know them and let them also know you. You know, like when we met over the weekend, I was telling you that there are some people that you meet, they look so innocent on the outside, but you have no idea the craziness behind that look. So sometimes allowing them to know you, they can appreciate you beyond that outlook that they probably don't like. And they'll know that, oh, this person is actually a really nice person underneath that. And then maybe the people can start saying, you know what, maybe those gathered trousers.
Get rid of them.
If you can get rid of them and probably do this. And if it's something that you can, maybe it's just because you think that those things will not fit. Like, for instance, it took me so long to wear skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Because I thought they would never look good on me. Oh, wow. I was, the bar thing, I wore it for like the longest time.
Actually, yeah, me too.
For like the longest time, because I'm like, look, I'm just thinking, my legs, so skinny, so long. How am I going to, no. How am I going to look? But now that I managed to try it on, I don't think I can see myself wearing the bad thing again. Yeah. Do you understand? So maybe he's just not open to it because he's not gotten somebody to let him break out of that outer shell. And maybe the inner shell is good. So I think that what you should do is that make friends, interact. And the kind of people that you want, look at them and look at yourself and try and adjust yourself small. So that they can appreciate you for you. I'm not saying that you should concentrate so much on your outside, but just have a nice blend. I think your methodology, maybe you come on too hard, or you come on expecting a quick answer, immediate answer, or you come on expecting all kinds of things. So just take it slowly. Allow yourself to befriend people, date people, go out, hang out, get to meet their friends, they get to meet your friends. You know, just do things like that. Then you even know whether this is somebody you really, really want to be with. And then they would also find out, oh, you know, Kwame is not a bad guy after all. He's a good guy. And you know, we women, you can meet a guy and say he's so horrible, he's da-da-da-da. When you start falling in love, the very things, you don't even see it. You know, those white lips of his, oh my God. When he's such a good kisser. Then you start giving this thing. Meanwhile, you were the same person that no bunty say. Now today you are giving those same lips now fans. So once the women get to know who you really are and value you for you, maybe even those negatives that I'm talking about, or those odd, that quirkiness, or that weird thing that you have, actually become like, Charlie, me, my guy, he saw this thing, but for him alone, those gathered trousers, forget. He wears it. He rocks it. He rocks it. For it to look fashionable. So, my dear, just take your time. Yeah, it's not that deep. So, look at your sample size and and then your methodology
calculate,
methodology too, Charlie, go light on it and be nice about it.
Rosie? Okay. Go on.
Rosie has done justice to the externals. I want to do justice to the internals.
Thank you.
So maybe if it's amotium kankai or sorry, I'm just saying.
But that's so external, actually.
Bad breath.
But but like your bad breath and
I love it.
Exactly. And like sometimes so we just and you see when you put a combination of the pimpinies and then the motiomo and then the bad breath. Okay, this is worst scenario. I'm sure it's probably not like that. So don't take it personally. We're just trying to help. So basically those are some things that you need to look at. Check your hygiene and stuff. And another good thing you could do now. Information is out there. On the click of your phone, you can go on YouTube, research what I could do to get my swag on, or how I can be more confident as a man. There's so many things that you can research on, read, and study yourself. Sit back, maybe. You shouldn't even rush right now to get into a relationship. Well, it's good. At least your sampling has showed you that, Charlie, my guy, something you're doing just ain't right. So thank you for actually putting in this submission. So what I think you could also do, after listening to what Rosie said, is to just sit back, reflect. What can I do that will make me much more appealing? What can I do that is going to make girls want me? I need to sit back and let the girls start chasing me. Do you see what I mean?
Right.
And just see how, you know, how it goes. So what can I do? So there are many and one things that you could do. Research and make sure that you smell good, you look good, you know, check out your body type. Women are always trying to measure our bust size, our waist size, our hip size, just to find out what clothes really look good and what clothes are actually flattering on us. Men too, you have to do that. Take that time off. Worry about what haircuts really looks good on you, what cologne smells nice on you, like, you know, what shoes, what, you know, like, you know, step it up, like, yeah, research into getting your swag on and just sit back. You see, the ladies say, hey, Coach, hey, and I do remember your day. See, oh, my busy kakraba, oh, they share. You see, and then once they start coming, you also have to flex a bit, you know, show them that, hey, we are bema waist is so. You see what I mean? So little by little, and then you start getting the yeses and send us a message back to say, yo, sisters, I did it.
Yeah.
Or maybe I some lady we brought herself and I bounced there.
Yeah. Yes. We want to know. T, what advice will you give to your little brother?
I would say that another angle is that maybe there's nothing wrong with you.
Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sample size not in yet.
Yeah. Maybe you're just not talking to the right people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so just chill out. Should you ask people whether they are dating first? No. Like the sisters have said, if you try to talk to them, you would find out more about them. And then through that, you would know whether they're dating or not. And count yourself lucky, because there are some women who are out there who are dating yet still would indulge and take your money and run away. Sure. So you are lucky that you got some good ones who are committed and they don't want to waste your time. Because some people, there are some time wasters as well. So just life is like that. You know, you need to try again before you get someone. Do all what the sisters have said. Know that your boxes are ticking. And then, you know, maybe there's nothing wrong. It's just not time.
I wanted to add something small. That question, whether they are dating, if they'll be truthful to that, and look, because every woman has some guy be that maybe they are talking to, they want to talk to. Just very few women. Yeah, but doesn't mean that it's concrete, it's committed. If you're going to ask, are you dating them? What business? Charlie, just let your plan be known. You see, why ask whether I'm dating? Unless, if you put your plan and I'm not available, I'll tell you I'm in a committed relationship, or I'm married, or I'm engaged. But are you dating? No, dating is not commitment. Dating is trying to talk to somebody. And there's nothing wrong with somebody trying to talk with like 2 or 3 different people to find out, like, you know, just hanging out, having a drink, trying to see whether, okay, we can have something more than just going out. But if you start asking, are you dating? Yeah, she's dating. She's someone she's talking to. So don't break your heart further. Right. Launch your attack nicely. And
but I think his problem was about the courage that he has to undergo just to ask the person out. He doesn't want to hurt himself too much because the nose.
No, he was just asking what approach should he use, because every time he
still
tries,
hasn't been able to get one single lady.
Yes.
And he's proposed to a number. So this is my theory.
Okay.
I mean, all you guys are saying is valid. But perhaps he's also proposing too early. You know those men who see you today, no, I love you, I want to marry you. He could be one of them. You know, you can't, please. No girl will take you.
Slept and saw a vision.
Woman will take you seriously if you do that. You love me, you want to marry me, how? Like, take your time. Get to know them. Offer them friendship at least. Okay.
True. You know. You talk that too. You talk that too.
So that be the whole story. Because a lot of men do that. A lot of Ghanaian men.
You know.
And you know,
I've said
in a hurry to get married.
I've said
nowadays, they don't even do mepeo, because they know that's what women want to hear.
I've said this on the show before, that a lot of men go through the different stages of life, get their home, get everything intact. So they are just looking for a woman to just add on to their lives. So when they see somebody, no, me see me waro, me wo fie, me wo say, me ye one day, me she when you that thing annoys me. So please,
Yeah,
I
don't
beg
blame
you.
them, Charlie.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my guy, I hope you've taken some good advice here. Let's move on. Juliet from Western Region needs help. She says she's 27 years old and jobless, and she also completed SHS in 2013. Okay. Says I met a certain man in 2016, and since then he's been pursuing me. Mind you, I haven't been dating because I'm jobless, and I've been serious about my job search. Now, this man I met says he wants to help me with my education, but he'll only do so on condition that I date him. He's 52 years old. My problem is that I don't want anything intimate to do with him, but he's forcing me to, and now I feel like I have no option than to give in. My parents don't have any money to support me either. Help.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Ew, 52. He's been dead, done that. Now he's coming.
Don't
Small
say ew.
girl.
There are people
No,
who like
I'm
52.
sorry. Yes,
please.
okay. For people who like 52, but me, my girl.
Why Mr.
Listen.
Nukuso will not get to 52?
Hey, you'll get to 52, but we will go together and we'll enjoy it together. But until then, this girl, she's very young, really. Listen,
27,
52.
no more.
Listen, probably has to drink like, I don't know, to even get it up. But anyways, that's
25
just,
years.
that's just
a
by the
lot.
by.
It's a whole
Yeah,
generation,
it's a whole
man.
generation. What are you guys going to talk about? And then when you have a kid, what? Is he going to die before the kid? Like, really?
Really?
No, think about it. Think about it. You're 25. You have a child with a guy who is 52. Like, by the time the child is 10 years, the guy is 62. By the time...
Olivia,
No, but
your
no,
priorities
listen,
are
Olivia,
different.
what
What you're
that
saying,
means is that-
you're missing the point.
What that would happen is that you'd have a whole history lesson in the house from Nkrumah all the way to the next
Yeah,
generation. You don't have to refer to a history book. You have it at home. That's what it means.
Okay, yes, thank you.
So Rosina is
I get
supporting you, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, thank
Me,
you.
I'm not
Yeah.
supporting you.
So, anyways, going back to basics. Listen, you're young girl. You have your whole life ahead of you. Focus. I like the fact that you've got a good head on your neck, right? You know what you want. It's definitely not him. Don't let him pressurize you into thinking that maybe he could be it, because he's not. Who wants to help? If he genuinely wants to help you, he should help you. Why should you date him before he helps you?
Right.
This is, you don't mix. It's like oil and water. No, you're not interested. You're not. You don't want his gifts. You don't want his money, because trust me, my girl, if you take any of these things, you want something in return, and there's no way you want to be owing him. Leave him with his old man business and let him just go. Listen, focus. Him right now, you're not getting a job, and I understand it is tough. Ask yourself, okay, how else can I look at the picture? What else can I do? What else do I need to do? Listen, there's been people who had to sew to take themselves through school. There's like, what are you good at?
There's
Sit
been
back.
Kayaye.
There's been kayaye
Who've
people
worked
who
to get
worked
through to
so
university.
hard to get through to university. Listen, while you look for jobs, it's great. While you're busy looking for a job, what you could do is to also ask yourself, what else am I good at? Are you good at cooking? Can you start something really small? Maybe pastries, maybe whatever. Something that you could do with your hands. Maybe you haven't asked yourself
Cleaning.
that question. You can clean. Now there people do nanny jobs. You can take care of people's kids. You can build up yourself. Find out what your skills are. What are you good at? And try and look at that. How else can you make money? What else can you do? Because really, somebody like me, after secondary school, I didn't want to stay home. And I went out. I said I wasn't going to stay home. And that's how come I started working with Vibe FM way back there, because even though they weren't going to pay me, I wanted the experience. I wanted to be out there. My name is Olivia. It means a communicator. I want to talk. I talk. My kids talk.
Oh, that explains it.
So you see, find out who you are, what you could do.
Talk away.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, anyways, find out what else you could do to actually change the situation a bit more. And trust me, while you're also doing that, you never know. Doors are going to open. You never know who you're going to be meeting. The people tend to do like seminars, workshops, entrepreneurship. Now we're getting into an entrepreneurial world whereby it's all about what you could do, what problem. Ask yourself, there are many problems out there. What problem can I
need to
solve?
solve, yeah.
Once you're able to figure out one person's problem that you can solve, trust me, it will open doors for you.
I just need to say this.
Yes.
Names are really powerful. Olivia means communicator.
Yeah.
Wow. Amongst other things. It's just one of
my God.
I'm so surprised.
So, what I'll say to this young lady is, I've been like you, and I was younger than you. I was 19.
Yeah.
And so it's not impossible to see your life through without a man who wants to take advantage of you. Yeah. In my case, what I did was I've said this on the show before. I went to see somebody I knew from church. I said I could sell water. So please give me some bags of water to sell. And I started selling pure water. Small. The next time I said, you know what? I saw a need the hostels around didn't have. And people were using pure water to bath at the time in Central University, Mutual, the first batch. So I said, give me 100 bags. I don't have the capital. This man gave me the 100 bags. I supplied to the hostels around, collected the money, paid the seed money, took my profit. And then ever since, 100 bags every week.
Distributor.
Every week.
Hey, hard girl.
So my well, but you see, I sold water. Today is not written on my forehead. I sold credit card and toffees. I got someone to come and take care of my dad in his sick bed in the house. I put some small toffees, biscuits, everything in the house, and they were selling it, and that's what they were living off in the house.
Super.
And these little things, they don't write it on your forehead. The painful part of the story is fast life has become the in thing of the day. People want the big phones, the iPhones, the whatever. I mean, I did that for about 2.5 years before I got a breakthrough where my auntie came in, and ever since then, I mean, me started to me deep pounds.
Thank you.
And I mean, so what I'm trying to say is that this same God, he sees your needs, right, and he will take you out of the situation. But you need to be true to yourself. Sure. Hold on to your values. You see, it's when Olivia was talking, I wanted to cut her at some point because it's not easy. It's not. Yeah. When you are going through the thing and the offer has been given to you,
it's not easy.
Whether the man is 78 or he's 52,
it's not that's
not your issue. Cry. Your issue is my next meal, my school fees. We are about to write exam. How will I pay the school fees? Because you need to finish it before. So this young girl, her parents that don't have, she's seen all these young people around her, and there'll be a new phone, and there'll be koha, and there'll be yese. Maybe she doesn't even know where her next meal is coming from. So in these circumstances, they are trying. But they will trim. Know that there's a bigger future ahead. Some people have said on social media that all these women in parliament and big people, they slept their way through. How do you know?
True.
But you see, there are people who actually have stood firm.
Right.
Yeah. They have said, I won't compromise. I won't let a man let my body be a sacrifice. If you want to go and indulge, by all means, you do it. But don't do it for the money. Don't do it because you don't know where your next meal is coming from. Try as much as possible and get something. It can be, as Jessica has said, cleaning.
Yeah.
Humble yourself. You don't have. So what will you do? Go and clean someone's house. Go and sell water. Go and do something that needs less capital. You hear that they said they are doing some factory job. Koyebi. Maybe your intelligence will come to play at a situation, and somebody will see you and say, hey, this is not your place.
Come. I've got something else for you. Yeah?
Olivia went to do internship without pay. Maybe her intentions were not money then, but yours, put yourself into something. Go to somebody, say that I can do it. You try me for 1 month, try me for 2 months. We've had people that have come to other places where they will say, oh, please, you just don't pay me. And by the time they are going, oh, get transport. Oh, get this. Oh, don't worry. Then the next month, you are being paid. So please, it's difficult. But, keep your eyes on the ball. There's the bigger future for you.
Okay. So what I'll say is that usually, she said she's finished university.
No, SS.
Senior high school.
Senior high school. Okay. So most of the time, what happens is that most people have their eyes set on white-collar jobs.
True.
So when they say they're not getting jobs, it's because they haven't gotten office jobs where they'll get paid salaries and everything planned out. And even that one cry, they're looking for office jobs that pay within a certain bracket because they feel that this is where their standard of living comes to. But the thing is that, look, lady, as Tina has mentioned, she has been through the process and she's actually worked. Luckily for me, I had my tuition paid all through tertiary. But even that, from SS1, I worked every vacation and earned salary. Every vacation after SS1, I worked.
I see.
So I was working because my mom said she wanted us to work so that you know what it feels like to be at work. And those monies that I earned from work, and I could use it to do what I wanted to do with. Exactly. So when I go back to school, so for instance, my very first phone, I remember, oh, auntie, if a phone has come on, I said, a phone is not a need, it's a want. So if you think that you want a phone, after you are working, save your money and buy your phone. So I just used my money that I saved and I went to buy my phone. At that time it was 360 cedis.
Hey, you actually remember?
Yeah. And I bought my phone.
Is it Nokia 3310?
3210. Mine was not advanced like 33. Mine was 32.
3210.
Yeah. You see, so I think that, most of the time, the only issue is that we are afraid to dirty our hands.
Sure.
We want the things clear cut, or be in a business, or come, I'll pay you from day one. But if you allow yourself, and the thing is that because you're educated, when you do certain things, you do with a difference. My nanny now, looking after my kids, she's educated. She's been to secondary school. And it tells on how she takes care or handles the children. Brofua or Tibi, you understand? I'm sure when homework starts coming in, she can help. And I'm sure that when, it's like even sometimes the kind of rhymes that she plays with the children, the way she sees, the way she, you can tell that she's doing it with a certain finesse. As opposed to somebody who has never been to school, communication could even be a big problem. So all I'm saying is that, look, whatever you have now, you have enough to make it. Yes. It may not be flashy. It may not be it may not be enough to give you the lifestyle that you want, but it's enough to start building the blocks to the lifestyle that you want. And the thing about men promising to give you something on condition that you give yourselves away. Now, the moment you're able to break that barrier where you give yourself to a man because you want your fees to be paid, it's like breaking your virginity. Once you do it, trust me, the next time you do it again, all of a sudden it becomes normal. Then you realize that your whole life, you keep sleeping with people to get things, and you start feeling like, psychologically, you start feeling like, okay, that is the way to go. Then one day you wake up in the morning and you realize that, Charlie, when you want to tally all the people you are with, even foolscap sheet is too small. You need like a whole book to write down names of people you've been with, and I mean those you don't know, cry, oh, Mr. Grey Hair, oh, Mr. Pink
Long beard,
Mr. Punk hair. You understand? And then you begin to feel bad in yourself because of things that you've done. And sometimes you even get to feel like you didn't really earn the things that that are around you. And if you're not careful, it can also become, how do you call it? People, the men will note you.
Yeah.
That, as for a girl, wait there. Oh, promise her small. They realize that you because the information, look, Accra is too small. Ghana is too small. Look, the day that I added my husband as friend on Facebook, our common friends were too many for my liking.
You are afraid?
No, we have too many common friends. Like, so you think that you don't know the person, but you do know the person. You understand? So all I think is actually keep your dignity intact. There's so much you can do. Tina has been there. She's been there. I've been there. So, Charlie, just do what needs to be done. Slowly, surely you get there.
Yeah, stick to it. We'll go for a break. We'll be right back. And you're welcome back to Sister Sister on Citi TV and 97.3 Citi FM. Time is fast spent, but at least we'll be able to squeeze in one last message. So I'm going for one of the shortest ones in here. Says, I've been with my best friend for 6 years and still counting. I started falling in love with her a little over 3 months ago. I didn't know how to let her know, as I was afraid I may lose our friendship. However, she has a boyfriend. What should I do?
He said this one in short.
It's a bit short.
It's
a bit short.
Me, I'll just say, if she has a boyfriend, don't go and confuse the relationship. Just stay away. Don't do that. Just disengage.
But boyfriend is in marriage though, so why?
Yeah, but she's in a committed relationship.
But
you don't knowingly enter. You don't willingly target somebody when you know that they are in a relationship. What are you trying to do? So if you were in the relationship with her and someone else was targeting her, how would you feel?
You won't be happy. But I mean, it's free game until you put a ring on it.
Well,
that's what I feel anyway.
That's
what I feel.
I don't think so.
I think because it's a best friend situation, it means that the guy probably acknowledges you as a girl's best friend.
Right. It's the only reason you're still sticking around, right?
Yeah. That's why you're still sticking around. And he's accommodating of you being the girl's best friend and hanging around. Now, if you started feeling this only 3 months ago, this boy has probably been with her for over 3 months and he's still being true to her. There's nothing wrong with the relationship. Like he said, don't confuse her, because sometimes when you start saying things like that, the girl may probably want to value your best friendship, thinking that, oh, he's known you for years and you know her through and through, you've always stuck by her, and then she'll start having double thoughts. Only for you to start a relationship and you realize that it's different from your best friend relationship and it becomes wahala. So I think I would agree with Tina. Don't complicate issues. However, if the relationship doesn't work and you're still around, please let your intentions be known quickly before she jumps onto a next ship. But even then, you have to make sure that you're not a rebound because you're an available best friend. So I think that it's not a ground you probably will want to touch on. You have to be very careful. If the relationship is strong, don't mess it up.
Just to let you know, I think it's okay for you to feel the way you're feeling, because you and your best friend have been close for the longest time, and the fact that she's actually getting stable and getting to enjoy her relationship is like, oh, somebody's taking her away. Maybe let me open. I really love her. Like, I really, really love her. Why didn't I realize that I loved you that much?
I know.
So you just don't want to let go. But listen, it's okay. Let her be happy. Like the sister says.
But you're not happy.
You're not happy, but I agree with Rosie. Like, once she's and don't go poking into and saying that, oh, the guy cry. You sure about the guy? The guy, I'm not sure about him. No.
Don't
be the best friend that you
are.
Be supportive.
You see my horns?
And I think that
be supportive.
And I think that you should also try and stay away from your best friend a little bit.
Because then the more you're with her, then the more it's
stay
like,
away.
oh, I really
keep
don't
your
want to
feelings
let her
in
go.
check.
Thank you. And
keep your feelings in check.
Okay, she gets the message.
You see, because they are best friends, and you can pour water into their gari anytime.
Exactly. Yeah.
So be truthful with yourself. If it was you, how would you feel?
Would you be happy?
You see, if it was just a random friend who didn't, like, if the guy said, okay, I have this colleague at work, or I have this friend I went to school with, I hear she has a boyfriend, but that's a different situation. You see, because the guy doesn't know you, or even he knows you cry.
Still.
But you see, you are so close. The guy knows you are so close. The guy has respected your friendship and has allowed you to maintain that friendship.
Give him respect.
Some people would say that, Charlie, I don't like a girl with a guy best friend, But if he's respected that friendship and allowed it to, don't let it bite him.
Yeah, and
we'll end the show here.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for your opinions. They're very valuable to the show. And of course, for you, to you out there, for listening and watching every single week and trusting us enough to send, in your questions to us. We really appreciate that as well. We're not experts on the show. We can only merely share what we feel, things or how we feel things should be. And we appreciate that you share your messages with us. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, you can follow us on Facebook at Sister Sister Live and send a message ahead of time to jessica@cityfmonline.com. Good night. Thank you so much for watching Sister Sister on your favorite Citi TV. Now, don't forget, if you want some more exciting content, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. We call it the Citi Tube. And don't forget to click on the bell to receive notifications for fresh updates.